Welcome back to another episode of Talking Hockey, hosted by Liam O'Loughlin and Jason Shulman. We will be discussing more news around hockey, starting with a funny ref comment. Michael Markovich messes up the call. What did he say?
So, with a couple minutes left in the game of the Devils-Panthers game, Michael Markovich, the Panthers score a late goal, which is called back immediately because of goaltender interference, and then Markovich, as he makes the call, he says the call on the ice stands. We have no goal, which was the wrong thing because he scored. It was just funny because immediately after he realized it and then corrected it.
What was Paul Morris's face like after that?
Paul Maurice, after the call, he just stared in the funniest way ever. He just looked like it was just funny, his face.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs host the New Jersey Devils, and obviously we just talked about that game. Craig Berube challenges the Devils' goal for the goaltender interference, which failed, and a little bit more about that game.
So Craig Berube called a goal for goaltender interference on a call that really didn't have any. There was no reason to challenge it, and he just ended up wasting his challenge. And then right after that, just momentum just came for the Devils. They scored two more goals after that in the next 4 minutes. So he gave a lot of momentum that way, and after that, it just stayed with them the rest of the game.
So Jack Hughes had another hat trick, and obviously we know the fight Halonen fought Benoit, which is a very rough fight. What about that fight?
So the beginning of the fight, Halonen and Benoit, it looked like they started a little bit before. It was the very end of the game, so it wasn't really that big. And then Halonen, he just out of nowhere, he just had a crazy right hand and just completely destroyed Benoit there.
So the Sharks, they won their first game of the season after losing 8 straight, and they won their first game against the New York Rangers. Can we talk about that game?
So the Sharks win their first game in the NHL season after losing 8 straight games. And then the Rangers, they won 6-5 against the Rangers, which was just hilarious because the Rangers are not doing good. They've been going downhill, and the Sharks have been bad for the past few years. They haven't been good in a while. And then with their new young core, they have Celebrini and Smith. They have a very high future, and Yaskarov as their goalie. They have potential to be really good in the next few years.
So obviously Celebrini scored a hat trick in that game. The Rangers are 0-4-1 at home, and that's gonna wrap up this episode of Talking Hockey. We discuss more news around hockey. Make sure to tune in next time for further hockey news.